All right, this is the President of the United States talking back in the early 1900s. His name is Woodrow Wilson. He's about to tell you how they're about to create the Social Security system. You're going to hear it in his own voice. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear the man's own confession. All right. I know it's 100 years ago, but 100 years later, here we are still dealing with this illegal system that was set up um, back in the early 1900s. Okay. So my job is to help you all understand what's going on. This is from the book Fruit from a Poisonous Tree. And the person who wrote this book is called Melvin Stamper. All right. Fruit from a Poisonous Tree by Melvin Stamper. Y'all listen to him. Y'all write that book down. I highly recommend you get it. All right. It's an amazing book. It'll change your life. You'll realize what's going on around you, and you'll wake up. Okay. So Fruit from a Poisonous Tree. So you can play it right quick.
I'm going to just read a quote from Edward Mendell House and what he had to say in a private meeting with Woodrow Wilson, president between 1913 and 1921, from the private papers of Woodrow Wilson. Quote, "Very soon, every American will be required to register their biological property in a national system designed to keep track of the people, and that will operate under the ancient system of pledging. By such methodology, we can compel people to submit to our agenda, which will affect our security as chargeback for our fiat paper currency. Every American will be forced to register or suffer not being able to work and earn a living. They will be our chattel, and we will hold the security interest over them forever by operation of law merchant under the scheme of secured transactions. Americans, by unknowingly or unwittingly delivered the bills of lading to us, will be rendered bankrupt and insolvent, forever to remain economic slaves through taxation secured by their pledges. They will be stripped of their rights and given commercial value, designated to keep us a profit that will be none the wiser. For not one man in a million could ever figure out our plans, and if by accident one or two would figure it out, we have in our arsenal plausible deniability. After all, this is the only logical way to fund government, by floating liens and debt to the registrants in the form of benefits and pledges. This will inevitably reap us huge profits beyond our wildest of expectations and leave every American a contributor to this fraud, which we will call social insurance. Without realizing it, every American will insure us for any loss we may incur, and in this manner, every American will unknowingly be our servant, however begrudgingly. The people will become helpless without any hope for their redemption, and we will employ the high office of the President as our dummy corporation to foment this plot against America. Having established plausible deniability, even if people become enlightened that they had a remedy and pursued it, the attorneys, judges, and legislators could claim that they did not understand the people's claims, especially if the technical requirements for achieving it were not followed pursuant to statutory requirements. Requiring the public schools to teach civics, government, and history classes out of federally approved, politically correct textbooks written by the publishing houses owned by the owners of the Federal Reserve would assure that the people would not discover the remedy for a long time, if ever. I would recommend that everyone read Fruit from a Poisonous Tree by Melvin Stamper, M-E-L-V-I-N, Stamper, S-T-A-M-P-E-R.
So we know that the International Monetary Fund is got, write it down, $485 quadrillion in it as we speak. And that's as close to estimate as I can get because it goes up so much every day. Because you can print as much money as you want when you're a gangster and you ain't got nobody monitoring how much money you print. All right. So it's like $485 quadrillion. Don't ask me how many zeros on a quadrillion. Just know that's a lot of cheddar. All right. So everybody put LOC in the chat because that's a lot of cheddar. All right. 400 something. That's a lot of cheddar. All right. You need about 6 calculators to keep up with that. So I'm gonna show you how we at least got $1 million worth of it. Okay. I'm gonna show you how we got at least 1 million of it. I just want you to know that it ain't about to run out. Okay. It's a lot of cheddar. It ain't about to run out. It ain't about to run out because the average person, they're not gonna ever even tap into it because they're not educated. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is what this actual thing is. But before I go into that, I want to show you a meeting that took place. See, that's why y'all need to be over here on the screen so I can show you this on the screen, okay? I'm about to show you this meeting that took place in 1910. The next book that I want y'all to write down is The Creature from Jekyll's Island. The Creature from Jekyll's Island. That's the next book I want you to write down. And I want to show you the 6 people, the 6 guys that came in and had a meeting that changed the entire monetary system. All right? These 6 dudes came in, 6 people. Now they was influenced. I'm gonna tell you who influenced them, but 6 guys came in and had a meeting in down in Georgia, in Jekyll's Island, Georgia. And let me read this to you. It says the Federal Reserve was primarily shaped by 6 men who met secretly on Jekyll Island in 1910 to draft a plan for banking reform. These men were Nelson Aldrich, A. Piatt Andrew, Henry Davison, Frank Vanderlip rather, Paul Warburg, and Arthur Shelton. Their plan, which was initially kept secret, formed the basis for the eventual Federal Reserve System. All right, so everybody write this down. The non-federal Federal Reserve. So everybody write that down. The Federal Reserve is not federal. They're foreigners, okay? They're foreigners who have a central bank here in the United States, but it's not federal because they're not even federal individuals. They're foreigners who have control over the money that comes in and out of the United States of America, and they have control over the lion's share of the world's assets because America is the most powerful country in the world. All right, so everybody put non-federal in the chat, okay? Non-federal. All right, this word is a legalese word. You mean, what is a legalese word? Legalese means the opposite of what it says. All right, most of what you hear in the money world, most of what you hear in the court system, the words are the exact opposite. They have the exact opposite meaning of what they say. For example, when you go into court and a judge asks you, do you understand what I'm saying? Never say yes. Why? Because if you say I understand, that means you stand under what they're saying. Now you thought understanding that what? That you was trying to get an understanding of something. That's not what it means in court because it's a legalese word. So you need to know these things so that you don't go in and harm yourself. All right. Everybody put NSH in the chat. No self-harm. All right. If you don't get educated, you're gonna be creating yourself a whole lot of harm. So everybody put NSH in the chat. No self-harm. It's one thing for somebody else to come at you. It's another thing for you to harm yourself. All right. So don't be harming yourself. Don't be like Pretty Tony in the Mac where he was sticking himself. All right. We got anybody here at least 60 years old ever seen the Mac? But Richard Pryor told Pretty Tony, say, stick yourself. Stick yourself. Well, listen, hey, everybody, where y'all at? I need to look at y'all for a second. Everybody hit that space bar and say, I ain't Pretty Tony, all right? Everybody hit the space bar. Just hold the space bar down for a second. Say, I ain't Pretty Tony. Just hold the space bar.
I'm pretty Tony.
Pretty Tony, man. Treat me like
Pretty
that.
Tony.
I ain't pretty
Ain't
Tony.
pretty
Hey,
Tony.
pretty Tony.
It's one thing for you to try to stick me.
Pretty Tony.
I ain't gonna stick myself. I hear you. I hear you. So the Federal Reserve was set up with these 6 men, and they created the system, this cartel, this gangster system, and the whole point of the gangster system was to get the Social Security system started because they couldn't do this unless they had a system to be able to secure their cartel. So the Social Security system, it is a Social Security system. What does it secure? It secures the Federal Reserve's gangster lifestyle. You thought it was securing you. Listen, they just sent me something. I'm 63 now. Last year they sent me this thing talking about congratulations to you. You can start drawing Social Security. It was $1,200 a month. Man, come on. Now, I'm from the south side of Chicago. I would have had to go out and start sticking people up or shaking the red card again if I was going to live off of $1,200 a month. Then they say, you know what, though? If you want to, no, I think they said, if you want to wait till you're 65, we'll give you $1,800 a month. All right, everybody put RD in the chat. All y'all playing around with Social Security, you're going to be real dead before that money worth anything. Are you hearing me? Real dead. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Real dead. Everybody put RD in the chat. I ain't never seen people just mock folk, just mocking people. Got you working for 15, 20, 30, 40 years to send you a letter telling you they're going to give you $1,200. That's amazing. People don't just drop dead when they open up the letter. Man, what if I had really needed that money? I got 10 kids and 10 grandkids. What if I really needed $1,200 a month? Are you hearing me? I've been a laughing stock of the family. It'd be like, Pops, I don't know what's going on with you, but you look awful thirsty over here. So this system was set up by the Federal Reserve. Don't y'all see when it happened? The Federal Reserve started what in 1910. You see when people started getting a Social Security number in 1913. All right. You know when the IRS was started? In 1913. Y'all think those are coincidences? Everybody put NC in the chat. That ain't no coincidence. All right, everybody put NC in the chat. Those are not coincidences. All that stuff started at the same exact time. Why? Because it was all pre-planned. And I told y'all, the difference between a plan and a plot is the intent. Some people are planning, some people are plotting, and you better be planning because only a plan can do what? Offset a plot. And I'm telling y'all, the reason I'm teaching y'all what I'm teaching y'all, because we get our checks. There ain't nothing that can stop us from getting our money. Our stuff is set up right. All right. The reason I'm on here talking to y'all is because if all of us get our money, then now we can have some real meetings around the world because people don't listen to broke people. Are you hearing me? Folks don't listen to broke people. Broke people ain't got no say-so in nothing. Are you hearing? Praise the Lord all you want to. All right. Praise your broke butt all the way to heaven. All right. Okay. I'm talking about right now. Hey, you ain't got no props with nobody right now. I want you to go to heaven. My whole thing is I want to help people get over the fear of people and make it to heaven. That's like my whole like personal reason for being. But don't skip what? Don't skip the heaven on earth part. All right. All right. Heaven here. All right. Everybody put HH in the chat. Listen, if people can fake you out and make you talk about dying before you can have something, then you're gonna be what? You're gonna be running around for the rest of your life making them rich because you're thinking only time somebody gonna get some props is after you're dead. I'm like, how about some heaven here? I hear what I'm talking about? I hear me? Heaven. What? When you get one of these checks like Shantae got, you're gonna be like the Ohio players. This must be heaven. You hear me? When you get one of these bad boys. I'm going to show you this check in a second. All right. Everybody put Ohio players in that chat if you want some of this money. I said, if you want some of this money, everybody put Ohio players in the chat. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? All right. So we got the cartel. We know what the problem is. So let's see how did they get us to accept it? How did they get us to accept the Social Security number? Well, let's look and see. They used our mothers to do it. All right. So y'all playing with me, Ohio players. I done had mercy on y'all. I let y'all listen in. Put IMF in the chat and come over to the real class. Come on, y'all. Stop piggy banking on everybody else. Come on. Come on. That's not funny. I told y'all just put IMF in the chat and come to the real class. We on a Zoom right now. Y'all missing stuff. We got a screen right here. All right. Everybody on the Zoom, hit the space bar right now. Tell them come to class. Where y'all at? Everybody on the Zoom, hit the space bar right now.
Come to class.
Louder. They can hear y'all.
Come on.
Class and stop playing.
Come to class. Ohio players.
Come to class and stop playing.
Come to class and stop playing.
Come to class and stop playing.
Let's get it.
Oh, y'all hilarious, man. All right, so let me show y'all the so here's my daughter's birth certificate. All right. Not my granddaughter's birth certificate. So this is my ninth child. My name is Jedi. And here's Ebony, my daughter. So you'll notice right here, it says informant's name on this birth certificate. So informing a person about what? And who is the informant? It's Ebony. And it's Jedi's mama. And it says what? Parents authorize release of information to Social Security Administration to issue this child a Social Security number. And the answer is what? Put it in the chat. What did Ebony say? Just put it in the chat. Don't say it out loud. Just put it in the chat. What did Ebony say? All right. She said what? She said what? 99.999.999.999% of all mothers say. She said yes. So everybody hit the space bar and say, "Oh, mama, come on." Mama didn't know what she was doing, but come on, everybody hit the space bar and say, "Oh, mama, where y'all?"
Oh, mama.
Mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh,
Ain't nowhere in the
mama.
world, ain't nowhere in the world our mother knew what she was doing. I know my mother didn't know what she was doing. She raised 7 kids on the south side of Chicago. Last thing in the world she wanted to do was turn her kids over to the state. So this is a problem. So you're saying, so what do we do about this? What's with this problem? Why did they do this? Everybody hit the space bar and say, why did they do that, Brother Rick? I'm going to tell y'all why. Why did they do this? Everybody hit the space bar.
Why they do that?
Do that, Brother Rick.
Why?
Why they do that, Brother Rick?
Why they do that?
Why they do it, Brother Rick?
All right, so everybody write
That's
this down
why.
in y'all notes. Write this down in y'all notes. This birth certificate is a trust fund. All right. This is a contract. All right. Because it's signed, because Ebony signed it. All right. So this is a contract. And when you sign this contract, you just signed over this money that I'm going to get ready to show you. You just signed it over to the Federal Reserve instead of into the International Monetary Fund. You signed it over to them instead of to you. So this is your money being signed away, but it's the sneakiest way of doing it. All right. Everybody put TS in the chat. That's sneaky. That's really sneaky. Sign away my money that you owe me and use my mother to do it. I say that's sneaky. And everybody put TS in the chat because y'all know that's sneaky. That's really sneaky. All right. So what's the name of this fund? This is a trust fund right here. So what's the name of this fund? So the name of this fund is the Sesta KV Trust. All right. It's a trust created by your mother. Make sure y'all mute yourselves in between. Okay. So it's the trust created by your mother, signing you over as an uninformed informant to create a dead entity. This fund began with $1 million at your birth. This is your prepaid labor. So everybody put 1 million in the chat. This is what's owed to you at birth. All right. Everybody put 1 million in the chat. This is your money. But the problem is that you can't receive this money. Why? Because you're a dead person. So your mother killed you when she signed that form. She didn't kill your physical body, but she killed your commerce person. So you got to operate in commerce. In order for you to get your money in commerce, you got to be alive. All right. So your mother turned you into a debtor instead of a creditor when she signed this form. She didn't know it because she signed a contract. This is a contract. It's an illegal contract. Why? Because a contract is illegal when the person that's signing it is not informed. But they let you get away with it because of the usufruct laws. You say, what is a usufruct law? I ain't got time to train you on everything tonight. I just want to show you this money, and I want to show you why we got it and how you can get it too. All right? Everybody hit that space bar and say, show me the money, Brother Rick. Where y'all at? Hit that space bar. Talk to me.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
I see the money.
Show me the money.
All right. So let me show you. So there's a some of y'all need to be in my play. I need to be recruiting some of y'all. I'm having another play in November, and if you can act or sing, and obviously if some of y'all can act, if some of y'all can act, so evidently some of y'all can act because they all funny as heck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have an international Zoom, and we're gonna read the script, and then we're gonna pick people from there, and that's how you're gonna be in the play. If y'all can sing, act, and dance or something, it's coming up in November. All right, so here we are. So Mama didn't know what she was doing, so she signed this money away. Signed away $1 million of yours at birth worth of prepaid labor. All right. So y'all want to know the remedy? I put remedy in the chat and I'll show y'all the remedy. Okay. Y'all want to know the remedy for this? Put remedy in the chat and I'm gonna show y'all the remedy. Okay. Just put remedy. Just put the word remedy in the chat and I'm gonna show y'all the remedy. Okay. And y'all that's here in class, that's all you good students that's actually here in class with me, just hit the space bar and say, show us some remedy, Brother Rick. All right, come on, let's talk to each other. Hit the space bar and say, show
us the remedy.
What's some remedy, Brother Rick?
Remedy.
What's the remedy, Rick? Please show me some remedy, Brother Rick.
Show me the
Okay, so here's the remedy.
Show me that bread, baby.
I'm gonna show y'all a check in a second. But first, you gotta understand why we got the
those
check.
dead presidents?
Y'all something. Hey, y'all need to be in a live class. They having a ball up in here. I appreciate y'all energy. I think that was Chris hit that scene. All right. All right, so here's the remedy. Number one, open a private trust with a private EIN. Okay? So you said, what's a private EIN? There are EINs that you can get that the IRS issues, but they issue them as a private EIN. You just don't know how to get one. We do. All right? So all of us that have that has what you call an asset protection trust. So everybody put APT in the chat. All right, because we all have asset protection trust. All of us, everybody who works with me has an asset protection trust, at least. All right. I have two of them, but you have to at least have an asset protection trust. You say, why? Because this trust has a private EIN. So you say, why is that important? Because remedy number two, it blocks your slavery social security number from being taxed. All right. And it turns you into a creditor instead of a debtor in the commerce system. All right. So everybody put creditor in the chat. And everybody that's listening to me here, all my live friends that's listening to you right here, say, I want to be a creditor. Just hit the space bar and say, I want to be a creditor. All right. Because we can show you how to do that.
I want to be a
All right.
creditor.
I want to be a creditor.
I want to be a creditor.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I'm a credit.
Good. Because we already credited. So we can show you how to do that.
I
Okay.
definitely want to be a creditor.
Show me how to be a creditor.
All right. So the next part of the remedy is right here. We file these forms every year. We already got a trust. We already know how to do that. We create all that for you. You ain't got to do nothing. All right. But this is what we do. This is what we teach you on all year. And that's how to file 1099A, B, and 1099 OID. These turn you into a creditor. So when you go put money in the bank now the deposit is yours. It's not the bank's anymore. All right. So everybody put SP in the chat because it's time to switch places. All right. So everybody put SP in the chat. It's time to switch places. When you know how to file these forms correctly, and that's what we do, then I'm about to show you this big old mammoth check that we got. And it's not luck. It's not happenstance. It's not like nobody had no choice about giving it to us. It's not like we got lucky and some slipped through the cracks. None of that. Nobody sends you $1 million check out of luck. People send you $1 million check because they ain't got no choice. All right. Everybody put NC in the chat again. Matter of fact, put the whole word in there. I'm going to put it in there too. The way we behave, people ain't got no choice. See, in business, if a person got a choice, they're going to choose what's in their best interest. When they ain't got no choice, then they're going to choose what's in your interest. Now, you know what I'm talking about? So everybody put in the chat, no choice. All right? No choice. No choice. All right? Put the whole word out. Stop running around with your money, letting people do things where they got choice. Because if they got choices, they're going to play you. But if they ain't got no choice, then they ain't got no choice but to send you your money. The way our stuff is set up, they don't have no choice. All right? So let me show you this money that Shantae got and why they sent it based on what I just got through telling you. Then everybody, I want y'all to write this law down. 12 USC 95A. 12 USC 95A. The reason why you are allowed your bank deposits back is because they're your bank deposits, not the bank's. Because the debt doesn't belong to you. The debt belongs to the United States of America. 12 USC 95A. Y'all write that down. Put that in your archives and read it. Hey, listen, you ain't got to believe nothing I tell you. Just start reading stuff, okay? Read the books I'm telling you to read, study the things I'm telling you to study, and start living a no-choice life. Because I'm going to tell you this, if you don't read and if you don't get educated, you ain't going to have no choice, all right? You want to do what? You want to increase your choices, all right? And the way you can increase your choices is through being educated. If you're not educated, you're not getting none of this money, all right? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to educate you so you can get your money, all right? So here's the check that shows you the remedy. Because we filed a 1099B here, here's Shantae's ministry check. All right, her ministry is called Yeshaya Ministries, and here's her check. And everybody write this down, 96K. Write down 96K because that's all she put into this trust checking account. 96K. All right, everybody put 96K in the chat. Come on. I'm letting y'all stick with me. At least y'all can do is participate. All right, 96K. 96K. Put 96K in the chat. All right. Everybody in this that's in class, you good students in the class, hit the space bar and say 96K. Where y'all at?
96K.
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 Baby.
96K.
96K.
Show me the
money.
96K FM on Radio
All
Live.
right. Okay. Also carry 96K radio dial. All right. Hey, Chris, you see what I go through, bro? All right. So here's the amount of interest on Shantae's account. 90. Here's an interest, just an interest. Okay. So 96,000. The interest on this, just the interest. This not the check. I'm showing you the check in a second. I'm showing you the amount of the check. $76,884.79. All right. So y'all take 76,000, just round it off, and divide it by 96,000, and then put in the chat what percentage did she make on her money, and just interest. All right. And this only took 13 months. We was hoping we was prepared for 3 to 5 years. All right. We was cool with that. All right. For 13 months. Shantae just a blessed woman. All right. So y'all tell me, take 76,000 divided by 96. Come on, y'all got a calculator. 76,000 divided by 96,000 and put it in a chat. All right. And let me see what y'all doing over here. Let me look at the screen so I can see. All right, Darren, that's correct. All right. Let me see. Come on, y'all, hurry up. Let me see who's getting down over here. Darren got it right. All right, Erica, that's right. Okay. All right, let's go. Glenn rounded it up. All right, Glenn, like a little extra money. Tony, that's correct. All right, come on, y'all, hurry up. It ain't taking y'all that long to do the calculate. Michael, that's right. All right, that's right. Tawana, that's correct. All right. Joyce, that's correct. Sandra, that's right. Okay. Jerry, that's correct. Timu, that's right. All right. All right. Rick, that's right. Dr. Inez, that's correct. Susan, that's correct. All right. That's right. That's right. You see what started happening when we get everybody to understand what's going on? That could be every last one of us. So what does that mean? She made 79% interest on her money. I got to ask y'all a question. Y'all put in the chat right now. How much interest you making on your money in the bank? Just start putting some stuff in the chat. Go ahead. How much interest you making? All right. I said she made 79%. Y'all tell me how much interest you making. All right. 0, 4.3, 3%, 3%, 1%, 4.5, 3%, 0%. What y'all doing out here? I said how much interest y'all making on the bank. Come on, hurry up. Come on. I ain't gonna be nothing but about 10 more minutes and I'm gone. All right. I'm finna enjoy some of these heels. All right. 3%, 5%. Okay.
Damn
so
it, man.
so they tell you stuff like, they send you these things saying, hey man, you want a high yielding bank account? Like a high yielding bank account. Then they got audacity to tell you you get 4% interest on your money. All right. So who knows the rule of 72 around here? Anybody know the rule of 72? Just wave at me. Anybody know the rule of 72? Pay attention to y'all phone. Somebody's talking. Pay attention to y'all phone. All right. Y'all know the rule of 72? All right. So some of y'all said y'all had a rate as high as 4%. So how many times is 4 going to 72? Put it in the chat. I said, how many times is 4 going to 72? Put it in the chat. All right. Let's put it in the chat. How many times is 4 going to 72? All right. What? So 24 times, right? All right. So I got to ask y'all a question. How dead are you going to be in 24 years? All right. I'm 63. I know I'm going to be real dead in 20. Chances are I'm going to be up out of here. Praise the Lord. If I can get 30 more, I'd be happy. All right. Well, for your money, let's put it this way. For your money to double 2 times, how dead are you going to be? All right. I said, oh, yeah, that's right. You said it was 18. What's my point? My point is that y'all money in a savings account is a joke. So here's the remedy. The remedy is that you open these accounts the way that we did, and then you'll be able to get this. Give me a drum roll. Everybody put a drum roll. That was just an interest I just got through showing now. So everybody give me a drum roll. Come on. Drum roll, drum roll. Just put it in the chat. Just put drum roll in the chat. All right. Give me a drum roll. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? So here's the remedy right here. $1,042,154.79. That's the amount of Shantae's check. And she got this check back in 13 months from off of a $96,000 deposit. So anytime somebody started talking to us about can't nobody get no money from this International Monetary Fund, I say you ain't getting no money from the International Monetary Fund because we already got it. All right. So I've got deposits of $4 million in account. So what am I looking forward to? I say, what am I looking forward to? I say, I got deposits of $4 million into account. What am I looking forward to? I say, what am I looking forward to?
Retirement.
No, how much money? Put it in the chat. See, we started talking about what y'all call large amounts of money. Y'all can't
I
even
want
put it in
all the
chat.
money.
I said $4 million deposit. She put 96,000 in and got $1 million. So that's 10 times what she put in. All right. All right. There you go, Giovanna. All right. Come on, y'all. Put it in the chat. I said, how much am I looking forward to? Put it in the chat. All right. Why you think I'd be hanging up on tricks coming in here talking slick? You think I got time for something? I ain't got time for no $3 Mississippi migrant, $2.50 gold tooth wearing, Jerry Curl juice just released, project relocated. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got time for that. I'm waiting on a $40 million check just off of that one account. So don't guess. Don't put down a whole bunch of stuff in here. Put down the amount so I can see what y'all talking about. Don't just put no anything in here. I need y'all tripping when we start talking about money. Stay sober, okay? I said it's 10x. All right, so 40 times 10 is a simple number. All right, so put the real numbers in here. I need y'all tripping. All right, don't start tripping when it come down to money. Stay sober. All right, stay sober like you're talking about $40. I hear what I'm talking about. All right, so 40 million, because I see them crazy numbers, and then you want an appointment with me. I'd be like, this dude can't even count. All right, so 10 times 40, 10 times 4 is 40 million. So, but I'm part of a revolution because I'm straight from the hood. And I just want to see everybody doing as good as we doing, because I used to be homeless and all I had was $50 to my name. And but I kept a good attitude and I let nothing get me down. So I believe if you keep a good attitude, don't let nothing get you down. I believe you can come up from anything because that's the way my life been. Fortunately for me, I got a dynamic family, son, 2 daughters, Shantae, dynamic people, real smart people too. And they just boom, 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 boom. And we run a multi-million dollar conglomeracy. This is what I want for you. You tell me if you want this for you. The reason this declaration is so important, the reason it's so important is because most of us go get a bank account, and then we go get our kids and they do the same thing. So we went and did something that didn't make no sense. I don't mean not supposed to have a bank account, just be a trust bank account. So we did something that ain't in our best interest. And then we drug our kids in, and everybody was sitting there cheesing when we did it. Like happened, like we so proud of them. So proud of the fact that we helping them open up a 0% account, or a 2% account, or a 3% account. So we're gonna teach our kids to do the same. All right. Everybody write the scripture down and get used to this. Proverbs 21:5. Put this on your wall and teach this to your kids. It says, the thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but to everybody that is hasty, only to want. All right. This is a multi-millionaire scripture. I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, make sandwiches for the dude that let me live in his house when I was homeless. His name is Jerome. And I used to make sandwiches for Jerome because I was broke and he let me live in his house. I said, least I can do is get my butt up and make the man a sandwich before he go deliver the garbage. He's a garbage man. All right. But he was an angel to me. He was a garbage man angel. Yeah, to me. Why? Because I was homeless. All right. Man, let me live in his crib. The least I can do is what? Get up, just like the least y'all kids can do that y'all feed every day, is get up and clean up. I ain't talking about their room, I'm talking about yours too. I ain't talking about make them a sandwich, make you one too. You know what I'm talking about? Why? I ain't paying no bills. You know what I'm talking about? So I got up early and I would be at school at 6 o'clock. Class didn't start to 8 or 9. So what that meant I had 3 hours to study before the class started. I was super sharp by the time the class started up. Why? Because I was 47 years old in college, had just got a GED. I wasn't playing. My grade was so high, and it was a business law class. My grade was so high when it came down to the last class, the dude said, you already got an A, Rick. You ain't got to take the test. I said, I just want to show off. All right. Why? Because I'm here. What? Plus, I love the business law. You know, I was finna nail that stuff. I wasn't playing no games with that. I mean, that's talking about my life. So what's up? So I want y'all to have the same attitude. I want you to understand something about life. When you meet people, people worship and idolize money. It's a serious demon. That's the reason most people ain't got none, because they idolize it. It's because of the conditioning and the indoctrination that you suffered all your life. Transformation is based on how you act after you pay your money. You ain't did nobody no favor by giving them no. Listen, I paid $1,200,000 for my education over the last 2 years, over the last 3 years. When I wrote the person a check, I said, thank you. Why? Because it was the beginning of a transformation. I was going to do some work. All right. And because I was getting ready to do some work, I knew I was going to make my money back. Okay. I didn't think that me giving them the money was going to transform me. Why? Because I ain't no pimp. All right. Everybody put AMP in the chat. Ain't no pimping around here. We do 3 things. We help people make a lot of money online. We help people to manage the money and make sure that nobody gets it. And then we help people to multiply the money, because you can get multiples of your money back without even investing money. All right. Edwin, you have the next question. Go right ahead.
Yes, just one question on you said about the trust. I have a 98 foreign trust. Is that any good?
Yeah, so you have a foreign EIN. I mean, you got a 98 number that starts with a 6 or a 7 after the dash.
Yeah, the foreign. Yeah, 98 foreign trust.
Yeah, like you mean it, Edwin. Do you have an EIN? It's got a 6 or a 7
Yeah, I
after
know
the
the first.
dash.
The number was 93 dash. Yeah,
Don't
six.
guess. You got it with you?
Yes, it's on
Pull
my
it out.
phone.
Yeah, pull it out. You ain't got to guess. You ain't good company now, bro. You ain't got to be guessing about nothing.
All right, I
All right.
got you right now. Is yeah, 66139,684.
Okay, that's after the nine. That's after the 9-8.
Yeah, that's after the 93.
Okay. All right. So you have a 9-3. Okay. So that's a tax-free EIN. So that's good. So what's your question?
Oh, no, I'm saying, can I use that as well? I already sent all my birth certificate for all 3 levels of authentication.
All right. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to become an American national. All right. But that ain't got nothing to do with getting your money back from the bank. All right. That's a skill set that you have to learn and 100,000 times out of 100,001, whoever I'm talking to don't have a skill set. So,
Okay.
so as you sit through the challenge, you coming to a challenge?
Like I say, I don't want to say I'm broke. I'm just telling you I'm growing.
Okay. All right. So, but the challenge is, it's only $97 between now and Monday. So whatever you got to do. So, we show you how to file the right paperwork so that you get your money back. So, so if you have a trust and you don't know how to use it, it's like not having a trust. Most of you all, when somebody wrote y'all a trust, even if you got, very few people have an irrevocable tax-free trust. Almost nobody I meet. But if they have one, go ahead, hold on a second. But if they have one, nobody told them how to use it because they don't have a program. But go ahead. What's your question? What's your comment?
I'm also under a 508 as well with a family group. We have a house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so learning how to file a 1099-B and all of that. Not only do you need to be in class, but if you got somebody that you're associated with, they need to be in class too, because nobody's getting their money back from none of this stuff. They don't know what they're doing.
I sent him a link too, so we could watch it together, but he didn't join. So anytime your classes is up, I'm here.
Yeah, so it ain't nothing like a challenge.
I am going to save up so I can actually go to full blast school, everything. I have nothing better else to do but follow the Most High, and then this is secondary. But he is first.
Now come on with it, son. We got your back. All right, come on with it. We got your back. And remember, hanging out around us, I'll show you how to make money. I'll show you how to make money to qualify to pay us money. All right, so just hang out around us. We got a different attitude from the crowd. All right, glad to have you, Evan. For you all who don't know what a W-8 bin is, y'all look that up. A W-8 bin. Mm-hmm. All right, that's what Ali is asking me about. When you have a W-8 bin, you should have already have filed to become to rescind being a citizen.
Gotcha.
You have to already and got your passport and your birth certificate authenticated, those things, because that means that now you are in America, but not considered an American citizen anymore, which means that now you can demand that that the person that you're working with, that they take no taxes out of your check, and that they send you your entire check with no taxes, because they have to file when you send in that W-8 bin. That's what your status needs to be before you do that. So you don't want to do that right now. That's a good question, huh? I'm glad you asked it, because somebody else may have been contemplating that. All right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
One more, this last one goes. Now, with the actual trust itself, can a person tie it with a Dun & Bradstreet number, or you wouldn't recommend it at all?
Oh, no. Let me tell you something. When you start paying your bills, he really cheating. You really cheating. Now, these questions, they ain't supposed to be getting this tonight. Now, they ain't supposed. I did tell you can ask me anything. I did tell you can ask me anything, but you're cheating. Now, you are in such a great position now because you got an asset protection trust, because you have a tax-free EIN, because you have those things. Now, as you go into the bank and you open up this bank account, and they give you this, and they open up the bank, they ain't got to do nothing except open up your account. So now, when you start paying the bills, all you got to do is just call everybody, your light company, your gas company, your phone company. All you got to do is just call them and tell them, don't send this bill to me anymore. Send it to the trust. Gotcha. And just give them the information of the trust. You know what happens? You know what happens? It automatically, when you start making the payments, it automatically gets reported to Dun and Bradstreet.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
put cold blooded in the check because y'all.
That's
So now you
cold-blooded.
finna build up a
Cold-blooded.
whole new entity. There's a whole new entity now because all your bills coming in. I can bring a whole slew of people on this call with you all who have already changed their bills. They're already living like this. Have already changed the bills from their name to the trust name because you want to control everything. You don't want to own nothing.
Hey, Mr. Rick.
Yes, sir.
I have a quick question about the W-8 bin you was talking about. Just was wondering if you can file for that tax information while working, or should you do it before you start the job?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm saying while you're working or
Okay.
sending it in when you first start. I think common sense would be you haven't even started yet. I think common sense would be after you get started. Just common sense. Seem like it would be. But I wouldn't do it at all unless you've already gone through the process of getting your birth certificate authenticated, got your passport, all the stuff that goes along with withdrawing from being a citizen and becoming an American. Don't y'all be tripping about being a citizen. That ain't nothing. That don't mean nothing. All that really means is that they can pimp slap you. All right. So that ain't nothing. It sounds good and all that sort of a thing, but being an American and being a citizen are two totally different things. So if y'all decide y'all want to learn how to do that, then that's okay. But that's not what I focus on. I don't focus on helping people change their statuses. I just focus on making sure you get a trust so you can get your money back and can't nobody be in your business. Right now I'm in Chan the Millionaire Barbers. Chan the Millionaire Barbers. This is my best friend. He's opened up over 2,000 beauty and barber schools around the world. He's the #1 black man in the world. Opened up over 2,000 beauty and barber schools. And this is where he lives. So this is where I've been teaching people for the last 2 days here from around the country. They came in and I was just teaching them about how to communicate the right way. And I was teaching them about all this crypto that we buy and why we bought it and how Chan took he took 900,000 out of this house and he bought 30 Bitcoin at what, $20,000 or something like that. So he bought 30 Bitcoins. How much is this 30 Bitcoins worth now? 30 times, he got at least 3 million, right? My mother used to come here and spend time with Chan and his mother. This man invited me to his house, myself and Shantae, to his house the first day we ever met him. As two people, we make way more money together as partners than we would make as individuals, because while I'm doing one thing, Chan is doing another. Just like Shantae, while I'm doing one thing, she's doing something else and doing it spectacularly well compared to the way that I would have done it. Chan bought this house from a rapper called Young Buck. Anybody ever heard of him?
He owes 50 Cent $200,000.
Yeah, it's G-Unit.
Yeah, he lost the crib because he started disrespecting 50 Cent.
Right.
Because he thought he was all that in a bag of chips. It wasn't like he was all that. It was just that he was hooked up with 50 Cent. But the last thing you want to do is be first name Smart, last name Alec. Now, Chan is the millionaire barber. When I met him, I said, man, you charge $1 million for a barber? For a haircut, you a bad man. Dig this. Chan said, I don't cut hair. I said, huh? He said, no, open up beauty and barber schools. The man that put these chairs in here just because his wife wanted to have her own beauty salon. So you'll notice that when you come into a person's house who, like Chan, who reads, he studies profusely, and he's a very, very intelligent man. He's a humble guy, but that brother's intelligent, extremely intelligent. That's why we talk 7 days a week, and that's why we build dynasties and empires together, and that's why we want to help you all, and we want to teach you all the spirit of partnership. This solo stuff is not going to work, you all. It ain't nothing but divide and conquer. It's a demon of deep proportions. It does not work. So, and that's why you have my daughter on here. That's why you have my son on here. That's why you have Shantae on here. And that's why we do things. We're a mighty army. We don't play.